All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Okay, so I'm hoping you guys checked out the video I did on the main channel, Currency 365, and about the notes and lower notes and the 11 billion printed notes and things of that nature and what's to come, right? So hopefully you guys checked that out. If you didn't, go ahead and go check that out after this video is done, and let me know. And the video is posted on the Facebook page, so let me know what you think. So some of you guys said I was, you feel like I'm right about that, and some of you guys were asking other types of questions. But anyways, let's get on to this one. So this is good. We're going to check out the map. We're going to check some articles out, and we're also going to check out the new projected price of Bitcoin, and then we'll check out some what's going on with Litecoin, and then we'll check out the prices of Bitcoin and the altcoins. Okay, so let's see here. So this is the Musil map. I giving you guys time here, about a minute to look at the map. Okay, while I was talking. So as you guys know, the green part is completely liberated. The orange is where we're fighting in the front lines. Well, in this case, this is about 2 weeks behind, and the white part is where ISIS controls. Still, don't worry about this area or this area. This is not part of Western Mosul. They just added this for, I don't know why they added this, but whatever the case may be. Western Mosul is this area right here, this tipping point right here, this little eye, and then it's down here in this area right here. That's it. Okay. So as you can see today, we have this fully done, we have this fully done, and we have this almost fully done. Still some white on there, and then we're starting to get this part, and then we have this as well. And this will never. I was say this will never change, but this has not changed at all for 6 weeks. So we're not even worried about that. And this also has stayed the same for some reason. This is not moving. But when we looked at Google Earth or on the Google map, this was completely done. This was completely done. And this was completely done as well. Okay, so kind of interesting that they're taking their sweet time on this, and they're not moving. And they've also, they told us that they have a new tactic planned for Old Mosul City because things have slowed down tremendously there. So they have a new tactic, and what the tactic is probably what I've been telling you guys from the start that they will do. They will, come down here because this will be the easiest. This will be the second easiest. This will be the third easiest, and then this will be the hardest. So what I told you guys, they'll come up here, and then they'll realize how hard this is, and then they'll go around it, and they'll get everything else, and then they'll come back to this center. That's what I said right when the beginning of Western Mosul. I told you guys exactly what they were going to do. I told you it'll be a lot easier if they came in through the north and got this done, and came into the south and got this done, and they all met up right here in the center. But no, they didn't want to do. They didn't want to make it. They didn't want to make Western Mosul easy for everybody. They didn't want to get it done because it had to coexist with the monetary reform, and because the citizens weren't cooperating with the monetary reform, they couldn't come into the west. I mean, to the west or to the north. They had to just come in one way, and that was it. And they had to basically delay the crap out of Western Mosul because the citizens were not coming into the banks for the monetary reform. Okay, so now that they have the 1,000 to 1, the 100 to 1, or whatever price that they're having now inside, and they're increasing the value inside with purchasing power, we can see that they're going to be opening up a new front probably in the north, or whatever, because this is taking so long that they're probably going to open up something. We're going to read about that here in a second. But what they're going to do is they're going to come up here and get all of this, and then they're going to come back here, exactly what I said when we started this whole thing. Okay, so I think they mentioned it on this article here. It says Iraqi forces adjusting tactics in Western Mosul. Okay, it says at least 60% of the embattled western half of Mosul has been retaken, which is 60% in since February. What was it? How long has it been? February 17th is when they started Western Mosul, I believe. So February 17th till now, and you only have 60% this area of Western Mosul is small. Western Mosul is small compared to Eastern Mosul. And so February 17th, it's almost been February 17th to March 17th is 1 month. March 17th to April 17th will be 2 months. You're telling me you can't take back Western Mosul in 2 months? That's embarrassing. Okay, 60% is only completed as according to them. Now we've heard from commanders that said 90% is completed. Okay, so which one are we gonna go with? 90% is completed, and we're at the final 10%, or we're gonna go with the who's this? These are the joint operations. I think this is the joint operations saying that 60% is completed, and we got 40% left to go. So, which is embarrassing because this area is a lot smaller than Eastern Mosul, and so this should be already completed. But like we said before, they halt the troops so many times that it's taken way longer than expected. This should have only took 4 weeks or less to get this done. 4 weeks, this should have been done. No doubt about it. Because what they should have done is they should have had the Americans and the Peshmergas and the Iraqi forces come up here and come through this way. They should have had troops come through this way, and they also should have had troops come through the south, and they all would have been right here, right now, and this would have been over. But nope, they only had us come through. They had the Iraqi forces come through the south, and that's it. And they were supposed to come through this. They were supposed to be coming in this way as well, and the PMUs, and must have been stopped from coming in this way because they were supposed to come in right through here, and they haven't. Also, they were supposed to come in right up here, and with the they were open this gate up here, and they were supposed to come through this way. They have not done that as well. So we know something is wrong, something's going on, and they're being held back. And yeah, it is what it is, and that's because of the monetary form will coexist with Mosul. Um, okay, let's see here. It says at least 60%, and then it goes in the remaining besiege on the three fronts. Progress has, however, slowed down around the old town. Okay, and one pundit believes that the military should shift their strategy and open a new front from the north. Isn't that what we were saying already? Open a new front from the north and come on in from the north and get this whole area up here. Now if they want to include this and this, whatever, but just come on from the north and get this area completed up here, and then get all this areas, and then come down and then complete this. Now this is looking on this map, but we know that from the Iraqi TV map we saw on March 15th, they were already up here. Okay, and this was already 70%, 80% green, and then the rest was orange, and then they had a little bit of black up here next to the bridge. So and then after that there was orange all the way up here. So and then they were coming up to this bridge as well. So I don't, so we don't know. Do they need more help over here? Not on the real time map they don't. On this map they do, but the real time map that we saw on Iraqi TV, they don't need any more. They don't need no help. This was 70% completed in Mosul City. So it's kind of weird, what I mean? They're putting this information out like things have slowed down, but when you looked at that real time map back in March 15th, things hadn't slowed down, and even the map that Verdict brought to us with the guy talking over the map on Iraqi TV, you can see that most of what the old Mosul City was completed. So you know what I mean. So, but here we are in the mainstream media, and they're talking about Ruta, and they're talking about new strategies and the slowdowns in old Mosul town and city, and and we need a new strategy. But when we look at the Iraqi TV map, that's bullcrap, because that map had old Mosul City almost completely completed. So interesting, right? What they tell us and compared to what they're actually telling their own people is two different stories. And maybe it should be like that, because that's their country. They're trying to protect their country, and the mainstream media is not here to give us the true stories. The mainstream media is here to give their propaganda. So we need to understand that, and I think many of us already understand that. Okay, so anyways, let's move on. The Iraqi government will send 222 billion IQD to the Kurdistan banks. Okay, so finally the Kurdistan region and their the farmers and their people, the croppers, are in the, whatever you want to call them, the farmers and things like that, are going to be getting their benefits. And these are all the money that was owed to them in 2016. So they haven't even gotten their money yet for 2017. Okay, but they just got their final money for 2016. So this is how behind Baghdad is. But the good part is that is Baghdad, the government is paying. Okay, like we told you before, the government of Iraq is going to be paying their own bills, and this is a good sign. Even though it's a little bit behind, it's a good sign that they're paying their own bill. They're not using U.S. dollars and all this other stupid stuff and all these other currencies. They're paying their own bills, and they're paying their own people with their own national currency, and that's what we want to see. Okay, so the peasants are going to get, or whatever you want to call, I hate calling them peasants because that's just ridiculous. We're in 2017, but it says here that the peasants, okay, so the farmers and croppers and people that do what they have to do on the field and on the farm are going to be getting their money here. They just allocated these funds for them. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And let's move on here. Okay, and this is Old Mosul District, and as you can see here, nothing has changed. Okay, this is just pathetic. Okay, so nothing. I guess this changed right here. This is now green inside of here when it was orange. Now this is green. Okay, maybe, I don't know. I have no clue. I look at this and I say, why aren't we in here? And I know we're in here because we saw the Iraqi TV map. We know we're in here. We know we're up here in green. We're up here in green, and we're orange up here, and then we're black up here in this area. We're near the bridge. So, but why won't Nineveh Command Center show that we're in here, working? But they're not. So that's kind of weird. Anyways, okay. So enough about the map and all this stuff. Let's move on to Bitcoin, the new prediction in Bitcoin, because a lot of you guys are making money on Bitcoin. So I don't like this. It sucks when I have to talk about things we're not making money in. We're not making money in the map. We're not making money in Iraq right now. We're invested, but we haven't made a dime. Some of you. Well, it all depends. Because me, I have. You know what I mean. I sold some of my my investments in Iraq back in 2000 and what was it, 7, 8, and I made some money off of it. So, and then I came back and rebought some more, and sold some more and rebought more and sold. You know what I mean? So all depends on what you've done, but most of us have not made a dime yet in Iraq. So it's kind of it is what it is when we talk about it. But Bitcoin, a lot of you guys got in at 700, and the price is at 1200. Or the price came down to 900 or 800, you reloaded again, and now it's back to 1200 plus, and you guys have made money. So I like to talk about things that we're actually making money in, right? So Bitcoin is one of them, and we earn Bitcoin daily in MPCA. So if you're not in that program, the link's in the description, MPCA. So yeah. It's what was it, 120% every 6 months. Every 60 days. So pretty cool, right? So you basically if you invest $1,000 and you click your ads, 10 ads a day, and you'll earn in 60 days you'll earn 120%. So that's basically you'll walk away with $1,200, right? So every 60 days you make about $200. You know. So, anyways, let's go. Now that's if you don't compound. If you compounding inside the system, you make a lot more. But if if you don't compound at all, you just let the money grow in the earnings, you'll have $1,200, okay, after 60 days, which is really pretty cool for online business. Um, okay, so let's see here. New predictions put Bitcoin prices at 500,000 for one coin in 2030. Okay, so this is out there 13 years from now. In 13 years, it'll be 2030, which is unbelievable. And some of us will be alive, but we might not be living in America or be living where we're at right now. Whatever you're living at, we could the whole world will be looking a whole lot different in 2030. I'll tell you that much. If we're still here, right? If we're still here, the world would look it's going to be looking a whole lot different by 2030. Wow. And so when they talk about the prices being this high for Bitcoin, it's because the dollar is going to be worthless. So I mean, it could be even higher than this. I mean, it could be in the millions. It could be $2 million for one Bitcoin because the dollar won't have any value by 2030. Paper money will be obsolete by 2030. You know what I mean? I mean, they're getting rid of paper money now. Like they're making it like they're punishing people for having paper money in some countries now already. So you have to pay a higher fees, and you might have to pay a fine for using paper money now. That's coming to America in the Western world. It's already happening in Europe. They're getting rid of the higher notes, the $100, I mean the €100, and they're getting rid of all the notes, and then soon they're going to get rid of all of the notes, and you're going to be punished for using cash. So you know what I mean. So that's what's coming, and so a lot of people are going to be using silver and gold and cryptocurrencies to pay for things and do things online. So that's coming soon. And of course, you can use this digital payments. You'll just use your credit cards and digital payments to do things. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why this person can have Jeremy Liu or whatever his name is, and Peter Smith put Bitcoin at 500,000 by 2030. I don't know what the price of the dollar is going to be in 2030. Donald Trump wants to devalue the USD now, so by 2030 we don't know what the price. I mean, it could be right now, and it's I don't even know what the price of the dollar is. Let me pause it and check the price of the dollar real quick. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so the US dollar is at 101. Okay, so 101. Interesting. Donald Trump wants this thing down, and the dollar refuses to come down. So I think he's going to have a nightmare on his hands with the U.S. dollar here if the dollar refuses to come down. Now, a lot of people overseas understand that Donald Trump wants the dollar to come down, so they might be pumping into the dollar to make sure that it doesn't come down, and Donald Trump doesn't get his wishes on bringing the dollar down. Oil's at 53. Gold is actually down today. And everything else is up except for the global Dow. Okay, so yeah, so the price of the dollar 13 years from now should be obsolete. It might be in the 40s. The dollar by the next 13 years, the dollar will probably be in the 30s or 40s or 20s by that time. So yeah, 500,000 Bitcoin. I mean, it could be in the millions for Bitcoin by that time in the next 13 years. That's why we're in now. We missed the first rush, but from pennies to 1,000, but we're in now, so everything is good. So we'll take it from 1,000 to a million, So we ain't really missed out on much. Let me reload this. Okay, it's at 1216. And Ethereum is at 43.76. Now remember, the web app said that Ethereum would start making a move at the end of April. Also, they said it also states Ripple as well, Ripple coin as well, because there's going to be news out at the end of April for both coins, Ripple and Ethereum, that start making it move. Okay, and then Ethereum is going to be considered the next Bitcoin in the summer, in the spring and summer. So watch out for Ethereum. We're looking for anywhere between 200 to 500 bucks in Ethereum maybe this summer. Okay, as they call it the next Bitcoin, and everybody rushes into it. Okay, and then as soon as people sell this, watch out for Bitcoin, because then Bitcoin is going to benefit off of the huge sales of Ethereum. Everybody's going to be converting their money into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin is going to then make its massive move to 2,000, 3,000, and whatever the case may be by the going into the end of the year, into next year. Okay, so so this move by Ethereum is just going to help out for us in Bitcoin, because it's going to, this move to 200, 300, 400, 500 in Ethereum, and people calling it the next Bitcoin, it's just going to make people money, but also it's going to make the elites sell like crazy and dump their money into Bitcoin. Okay. And Bitcoin then is going to take off after Ethereum sells off. Okay. So just understand that. And let's look at this, and let's get out of here. And this is the only video I'm doing today on this channel. So I did 2 videos today. The one on the main channel, which was talking about the lower notes and all the 10,000, the 1,000 to 1 and things like that, and this video right here. Okay, so if you look at the coins here, Ripple coin staying at 3 cents plus, Dash coming down to 63. Litecoin at 8, and oh yeah, let's talk about Litecoin. What happened? So Litecoin is down. Well, it says Litecoin is up, so that's kind of weird. Anyways, so that's not it. There it is. So Chinese mining pools move to block SegWit on Litecoin network. Okay, so this is not good. Okay, so Litecoin was looking to activate the SegWit for its network, and the CEO said that we could see 14 bucks for Litecoin, and I think Litecoin went from $2 to all the way up to about 11 something. And so let me go to Litecoin and check this thing out. Let's check it out, because as soon as they started talking about the SegWit, it started to run. So there you go, right there. You see, look at the price. And wait a minute. Let me see. How low did this thing go? Okay, $3. So Litecoin was at $3, and then they started talking about the possible SegWit activation, and the thing just started to explode. And then they talked about maybe $14 coming if they're gonna get the SegWit, but somebody wants to block it. So a Chinese mining pool moves to block the SegWit. So this is not good news. Yeah. Litecoin may not see SegWit anytime soon. Lord have mercy. Okay, so if you're still in this, I don't know why you would be still in this, because we called a buy signal at $8 and it went to 11. I told you guys take your profits. Okay, so you shouldn't be in this in Litecoin anymore. And it looks like It looks like this is some bad news here, and if they're not going to do the SegWit, Bitcoin hasn't done their SegWit either. So yeah, Litecoin wanted to go first, and then Bitcoin, and they were going to show Bitcoin how to do it, and then Bitcoin was going to go. It doesn't mean it won't happen, but this is not good news. The Chinese mining pool is saying that they're going to block the SegWit. Okay, so I want to maybe we'll get a response from Charles, the owner of Litecoin. I don't know, but anyways, a lot of you guys shouldn't be in it anyways. You guys should have took your profits if you were in it a couple of days ago. And yeah, that's it. So that's it for me. Like, subscribe, or dislike, doesn't matter to me. And also check out the video I did on the main channel, Currency 365. Subscribe over there. And on that channel, I already told you guys, once we hit 8,000, I'm giving away either free Bitcoin or free Ethereum. You guys let me know what you want. Whoever wins, I'll message you. Okay, that's it. Eyes open. Talk to you guys tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna do any other video on here. I don't think there's nothing else that's gonna be posted on here today. Yeah, I think that's it. Talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll check out the map. Maybe I'll have a teaching tomorrow. I don't know. But yeah, interesting times. And you know, 1,000 to 1, 100 to 1 in country right now, or maybe even higher than that. It's awesome to see the purchasing power coming back to the Iraqi citizens. And yeah, so we're at the last stages, and it's some fun times. Peace out, everybody. Eyes open. Bye.